Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I want to share with you guys my latest journal that I made. I actually created this about a week ago, and I just love the textiles that I used. I love this color scheme. It's so cozy, and it just reminds me of the fall, and it just works so well with like the vintage look. And okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, or actually let me just show you guys a little bit up close. It comes with this key. It has this vintage tassel on here, and I love how vintage it is, and I love the gold through it. And then I did a lot of stitching on here and a lot of layering, a lot of really pretty wools, and like it's like a tweed fabric. And so I have just a ton of stitching. I really enjoyed all the stitching. I just thought that it would just give it such a nice look, and it just reminds me of like a blanket or a cozy sweater. Isn't this just so pretty? I just love the way it turned out. Okay, so the front right here, you can technically tuck in something small right there if you wanted to. I also created this rose. I actually hand stitched it. Okay, so here's the back. Okay, so it comes with the rose. I have a tag here. I used a lot of my fall printables, and so if you want to know which kits I used, I will link them below. I used this polka dotted kit just a whole lot. I am in love with this kit, and I feel like it's the perfect addition to like any type of fall printable. Okay, I also embellished this little envelope. And inside, I have just a bunch of words. I just love using these. It can make creating in this journal just a whole lot easier and just more inspiring by having all these words and titles. And so they all get tucked in here. I love doing this for my own journaling because then when I sit down to create, everything comes together so much easier, because I have some inspirational words that can kind of give me some leads for what I want to write about or what type of story I want to tell with my journal or with my pages. Okay, so I'm going to open it up now. This journal, I actually sewed this piece of corduroy. It's like a little tie on there. And I love how soft it is, and I love how well it works with the journal and with the whole theme. Okay, so now we're gonna get in here. I have this that just kind of flips out. And this is actually a vintage envelope. And inside I have some pieces, again, just for journaling. To use for journaling, I have some little labels. This is a really great journal to use as a gratitude journal. I love that color. Isn't that pretty? And then I have this little tag, and this tag has a little hidden spot right there with more pieces inside. Okay. And then I have this document. I just love this color, and I think again this teal looks so good with the whole color scheme. Isn't that just so pretty? And I distressed it a bit, and then on the back is just perfect. spot for journaling. Or you know what I would do? I would actually frame a photo right here, or an image. I mean, it could be anything, but that would be really pretty. And then inside, you can journal. Okay, those are just some ideas. Okay, so this flips open. I have a few journaling cards in here. Now, everything could be redistributed throughout the journal. They don't have to stay right there. I have this little journaling card. Isn't this so sweet, with the two little girls? And it says joyful. And I love this because I think it just kind of reminds you of like your friendship and or your friends, and kind of like what you're thankful for. Or this would be like me and my daughter. Okay, so this is answered prayers. So that was kind of my idea, is to use this as a journaling card and then just list the things that that God's answered. Some prayers that he's answered, or sometimes, I mean, I also like to kind of make a list of these. There's like some things that sometimes are in your heart or on your mind, and you're like, gosh, you know, this is important to me. And then God answers those. And so even those I would add to my answered prayer list, because it's almost like a heart's prayer. Maybe you didn't think to say it or pray it, but he answers it before you even ask for it. So that's kind of something that I would also add to my answered prayers list. Okay, so this also could be used as a journaling card. This could be decorated, or you can also add a photo to it. I've been a really huge scrapbooker. So when I make my journals, I always love to include photos of me and my family, because that's just kind of what is really important to me, is our family. And so I will always add photos. You don't have to add photos. You can always add like an image, and that can be like a stand-in for a photo. I hope that makes sense. Or you can just use it just for writing, or just decorating. Okay, so this is a little tuck spot, but I always love to add pictures, and so I always will make recommendations or give tips on how I would use it with a photo also, right? Okay, so this is a little tuck spot. And there's space here for journaling, of course, and on the back of the tag. Okay, I did a lot of collaging on here, and I did a lot of distressing also. I really wanted to take my time and distress this journal because I think it just fits the mood with all the distressing. I used some tape here and here, and I love the way this tape looks with this whole look. I think it looks so good, and I actually had a hard time finding it. I was looking everywhere for this. I looked at, here's what it looks like. I think I looked at Walmart. I looked at our grocery store where they have packing material. I looked at Home Depot, and I was like, gosh, where do they have this? And finally, I came across it at one of our Dollar Trees. So I was pretty happy I found it, because I like the way it looks. It gives it such a nice vintage look to it. Plenty of room for some more journaling right there. I added some of my, gosh, I forget what it's called. Some of this. My mind is drawing a blank. Pattern paper. I did some, I wrinkled it up a bit to add some dimensions. See that? I think it's so pretty. Here I decorated, again, the page. And there's some spot for, you know, writing. I love this brown, like ticking printable that I have. I actually have this ticking printable with red, green, blue, brown, maybe yellow too, like a mustard yellow, because I love it so much. I think it's such a great addition to most kits. So I have this one. I was gonna say that I have this is like a really great addition, I think, to most kits. It's like a basic, at least for me, for like a vintage look, just like the polka dotted one is. You'll probably see, I'm going back because I forgot about it. I used it a lot with my collaging. So if you like to do collaging, this is a really great kit to use, because I just think it looks so good. Like the ticking one and then the polka dotted one. So I like to mix those up when I collaged with the book pages. So I just think it looks so good. This one was minimized, so you can see the polka dot is bigger there and it's smaller on here because I printed 4 full sheets to a page. I believe that's what I did. So then I used it there. I just like just the difference, you know, having more options, I suppose. This is part of my fall printable, but I did use a lot of book pages here. That was the base. I started with book page and then I filled in with a couple digitals, right? See, here's this one, the polka dotted ones. I just love them. Okay, so here, this can get tucked in. I have this. This says pumpkin spice at the bottom here. Oh, yeah, you focused. Okay, so it says pumpkin spice. I have these printables with the little frame, and so in the middle, you can either put a photo, but you can also journal. You can write out a verse, a quote, or just what you're thankful for. Okay, and I just tucked it in here, but I was going to say that this can even be glued on here, or you can glue a photo right there. See how it's like, it's just framed. So it's a perfect spot for a photo or even this. See, I like the way that looks. Okay, and then here, this is one of my new printables. It's a fall printable. And then here I have 2 tuck spots. And I got these tiny little tags. I minimized these because this is a mini journal and I think it looks so cute. Aren't they just adorable? And then this is a little, I minimized it really, really tiny. So I have the little, like a little rectangle. But this could be a tab. You can write on the back or tuck it in somewhere. I just think it's so cute. And then, of course, you can write on the back of these also. You know what I noticed? Just another tip for you guys. Have you guys ever used the fine liner, the micron pens? Because if you guys haven't and you don't like your writing, try that, because I love using a micron pen because the tip is really fine and my writing just looks better when I use it. So I think they have them at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. My daughter was like crazy about them. She was always using them for her art. And so I finally got a couple and I was like, wow, they're really good. They're so much better. Especially when you write really small. It just, since it's so, it's such a fine tip, it just looks a lot better. Okay, so that's just another tip. And there I have some more tags. I think they're so cute with the little mushrooms. I think they're adorable. And they just get tucked in there. Okay, so here I have some photos, some framed photos. And again, these can be used kind of like throughout the journal. Right? You can layer them and glue them down. And so I just kind of tuck them in here. They could be tucked in here also. You could use the back as journaling. And I just tucked them in here so you can have them ready. Okay, so here I use this This is a printable that I have, and I cut it a strip out. I layered the little bird on top. And then I have the tickets that slide in there. And I have a bunch of tickets. Look at that. Again, not tickets, oops. Tags. I have a bunch of tags that just fit right in here. I think it's such a cute little spot for them. And you know what? If you have like a white pen, you can actually journal on there. And then it could be covered up by this if you wanted to. I always like to cover up my journaling or kind of keep it private for the most part. Because it's so personal, I think. But it depends. A lot of times I'll kind of look at my journals, like before I'll do a flip through of my personal journals, and I'll cover up the things that are more personal, and then if something's not that personal, I'll leave it. Because I think it's also really helpful for people to see like a journal completed, the way it looks, maybe like if you write in it or whatnot. Is that a tuck spot? I think it is. I can't remember. Yeah, it's a tuck spot. Okay, so there's a tuck spot there. Again, you can add a photo here. You can even add like one of these pieces, right? Or up here. And just decorate the pages. Everything is kind of like ready for you to just decorate or write in or add like your focal point, right? So the backgrounds are pretty much done, and then I added some focal points like here so that it gives you some inspiration. And I have these, and again, the backs could be written on, journaled on. And I did this a lot. I really distressed it. I know it takes a lot of time to do these parts because you're distressing and curling them up and then gluing them underneath also. And I just love the effect. I mean, how pretty is that? I just love it. I love old paper so much. Okay, and then this page opens up, and then you got room right here to journal. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that you have to kind of think about what kind of pen you use on here, because it is a little bit slick. I'm trying to figure out, it's some kind of vintage paper, but it's kind of smooth. So maybe like some kind of Sharpie marker that's fine tipped would work better on here. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then I included this so that this could be written on, and look, that just tucks in there. Isn't this image so pretty? I love it so much. I actually, I got married in October, so for me, fall, I will always remember fall, like in the Northwest, in Seattle. It's always, this is what it looks like basically, right? And so I have, if you guys look at my Etsy shop, at my printables, I have just a ton of printables they're really fall themed, and it's just so inspiring to me. Those are like kind of like the first ones that I made, maybe. I'm trying to think if those, well, I started with these ones with the photos, and so I have a ton of just really beautiful photos of the fall, and they have like a really moody aesthetic to them. So if you guys go check out, I have just a ton of fall printables. And then this is from my Olivia Grace collection, and I printed it out. I have the, let's see, do I have the front? I think I have the front and the back. And so I printed it out so that there's room for journaling on the inside. And then this just gets tucked in like that. And then I have a ticket. I just did a little bit of layering to add some detail. And then this gets tucked in here. See that? This fabric, isn't this fabric pretty? It's from my friend Evie, and isn't it so pretty? She's a quilter, so she sent me a bunch of this really pretty fabric, and I used it in here. And I just love the way it frays. It frays so beautifully, and I used it for just to add some color in this journal, and I just thought it looked so good. I also used it to reinforce the pages. I made a little butterfly here as a little embellishment. Isn't that just so cute? I just wrapped some twine, I think it's like cotton twine, around it, and then I knotted it at the top here for the head and then at the antennas. See that? Okay. Okay, so this is the last page, and this flips open like this, just for some interest. These 2 tickets are like a tuck spot for these pieces. Okay, and then these pieces get tucked in here. And see, again, the polka dotted paper. I just love it. This is some vintage paper from the 70s. I'm not sure what date exactly, but it says, hey, it says October 18, 70s. Huh, I didn't realize I used it from October. Okay, so this right here is just clipped on here with one of these bulldog clips. And again, these could be used throughout the journal. I left them like this so you can use them. But if you wanted to, if you like the way they look here, you can just staple it and then just journal like on the back or collage, right? But I'm going to leave it here just like this because I love having options, and I love to actually pass on those options to you guys so that basically whoever purchases this journal has kind of the option to kind of make it their own and use these as they wish. So they can glue them down or staple them, or they can just use them in the journal itself. Okay, and then, oops, this fell off. So this is right here. This was right there, like that. And then, this is a tag. Again, a perfect place to journal. And then, I have that tag. Isn't that perfect? I love it. I need to make a gratitude journal. Or actually, I have one. Maybe I need to work in it more. I need to make some time for it. Okay, so the back, I have this beautiful marbled paper. I think it's so pretty. Isn't that just beautiful? And then I have some craft paper down here, some packaging paper. I love the look, and I love the way they look together. And so I use packing paper on the bottom. And then you can see some of the stitching, and I love those details. And then here's the back again with the ruffle and all the stitching. It's such a cozy journal. It's just such a, I just love it so much. I mean, the cover took forever to sew, but I love the way it turned out. And I hope you guys do also. It comes with this rose. I hope you guys enjoyed this little flip through, and I hope that it actually inspires you guys to go and create a journal and make a gratitude journal, and fill it with what you are happy about, what you are grateful for, all the good things in your life. I think that that is such a important thing to do, to like think about the good things in your life, because a lot of times like you see so much pain and so much I know a lot of people go through a lot of things too, and so actually being able to focus on some of the good things in your life, even if you're going through a hard time, that's really important. I know that it's really hard to say that or to think about, but it also it actually really helps like your mind and your soul to focus, or to just like really focus and enjoy those good things in your life even when you're going through something. I know it's helped me a lot in the past. So whenever you notice something that makes you happy or you're enjoying something, I just think like really grateful for those times, because there's times when things aren't so great. And so being able to enjoy the good times is actually really good for your mind, because that way when you go through hard times, you remember the good times, and then you can look forward to the future good times in your life. I don't know, I hope that makes sense, but I think that actually writing about the blessings in our life is really important, and it helps us, it helps our mind and our soul, and it helps us focus on the good and not be so critical, or not be focused on just the hardships in our life. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what? I'm going to show you guys what else is coming to my shop, just in case you missed my other video. Okay, so if you guys love this journal and would like to make one yourself, I am going to, I'm bringing this to my shop. This is a mini journal maker kit. So this is basically kind of the bare bones of this. So you start off with the chipboard or card. It's like a cardstock, a heavier cardstock. And so I have 10 pages in here, 13 pages of book pages, vintage big book pages. Then I have this cotton ribbon on this spool. Is that what it's called? And then I got this on there. And so basically this is what will make you the basics or the bare bones of the journal. And then you can go in and you can either use one of my textile packs to make the journal, or you can use your own fabric and make your own journal cover. But if you love this, I'm going to be bringing this to my shop also. And my daughter, Samantha, actually helped me put together some of these pieces right here. And so I hope you guys are excited and love these. So basically that's what it is. I have a small journal maker kit. I have a textile journal maker kit. And then I also have a premium journal maker kit or stitch kit, and this one comes with a rose, a handmade rose. These took forever to make. Everything is hand stitched. It has a pumpkin, a hand stitched pumpkin in there, and let's see what else. It has textiles. It's got the tassel that I have here, right? And it has a bunch of fabrics. Actually, it has more fabric than what I used here. So you can definitely use it for all kinds of stuff. It's got this really beautiful velvet that I just love that. It's vintage. And I think this is chenille, if I'm not mistaken. And then I also have some handmade ruffles and the hand-stitched leaf. Okay, so this premium kit comes with a journal maker kit also. So this is the premium kit. And then I have a mini journal maker kit. And this is the one for the with the tab binding. That's why I'm including the ribbon on there. And then the textile kit. And for all my friends that love pink, I'm bringing some more pink ones into my shop. I got some requests, so I put together some pink kits for you guys. And I actually made this little bead on there. Anyways, I'm gonna actually have a shop update video where I open everything up and show you guys what I have. This journal will be in my Etsy shop, so if you're interested, just click the link below, and if it says sold, then it's already sold. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.